Welcome back, guys, to another lesson of the day video. It's an early one. Got some glasses, feel me? It's like calm, you know what I'm saying? It's a very beautiful, calm day out right now. It's kind of hot, it's getting up there, but it looks beautiful. Clouds are clouding, the trees are treeing. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on right now. Well, not really a lot, but like, you know what I'm saying? It's just peaceful kind of out here right now. So I love coming out in nature and reconnecting with most of the things that God created. But let's get into this lesson of the day. And you guys might be wondering, what is it about? It is about faith. Faith. That is something so important to have as believers or Christians in God. You understand what I'm saying? Like, Wendy. And I got a story for y'all that just is, I love this story a lot. So yeah, let's get into it. Mark, it's a long verse. Well, story, but verse. Mark chapter 5, verse 21 to 35. So yeah, it's a long one. And this is about Jesus and a woman. So let's just get into it. Alright, I'm gonna stop stalling. Get into it. Y'all gonna love it, I promise. Jesus got into the boat again and went back to the other side of the lake, where a large crowd gathered around him on the shore. A leader of a local synagogue. Synagogue, what does that mean? I'm gonna break this down real quick. Just a Jewish congregation. Congregation, what does that mean? A group of people. Whose name was Jairus, arrived. When he had saw Jesus, he fell at his feet, pleading fervently with him. My little daughter is dying, he said. Please come lay your hands on her. Because people been hearing about this Jesus fellow. He's sparing them here. My daughter's dying. Why can't he can save my daughter? So, what does Jesus do? Let's read in. So he could heal her. Okay. Sometimes I can't even read my own handwriting, guys. I don't know. It's like, I really need to go to writing school. So she can live. And Jesus went with him, and all the people followed, crowding around him. So he got like a huge crowd of people just following him when he's following the man to get to his daughter. Alright, continue. People followed, crowding around him. A woman in the crowd had suffered for 12 years with constant bleeding. If this is inappropriate, or if you guys can't handle this, let me know. Swipe off. Don't want to be any type of mean or nothing intrusive. But this is just my men. If you don't know yet, if my boys watching, or you know what I'm saying, if you watch this and you don't understand what I'm saying, learn about it from somebody else, not me. I'm not about to teach you the bees and the birds. Nah, that's not my job. Anyways, if you know, you know. A woman was constantly bleeding. So women who watch this video, you know, you got your cycle. But this woman didn't have a cycle. All her life, from puberty, or you know what I'm saying, she had been constantly bleeding, like on a daily basis. It would never stop. Let's continue. She had suffered a great deal from many doctors, and over the years she had spent everything, meaning she was broke now. She didn't have no money. Nobody would talk to her. Like, the whole village knew about this and was like, yeah, let's distance ourselves from her because she's weird, and blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. So she had no friends, no family. Spent all of her money trying to fix whatever was wrong with her, right? It's a great story about faith. I'm getting there. Don't even worry. She had suffered a great deal from many doctors, and over the years she had spent everything she had to pay them, but she had gotten no better. In fact, she had gotten worse. So, example, not all the time you need some medicine. Sometimes you just need to sit back. Like, example, I had a migraine one day. I prayed, consistently prayed. I laid down, take a nap, woke up, headache's gone. Didn't need to take any medicine. And sometimes you don't even need Sometimes you don't need some fleshly things. Sometimes you don't need worldly things, like things created by me. You don't need those things. Sometimes you just need to pray for God to ask you. Pray God to ask. Okay. Pray and ask God to heal you. Simple as that. Let's continue. In fact, she had gotten no better. No, in fact, she had gotten worse. She had heard about Jesus, so she came up behind him through the crowd and touched his robe. Not his skin, not his finger, not his toes, not his hair, not his whatever he had. She touched his robe, just a piece of cloth, nothing physical skin. You know what I'm saying? To continue, touched his robe, for she thought to herself, if I can just touch his robe, I will be healed. That's the type of faith we need to have with Jesus. Because imagine, you hear a man doing all of these miracles. Just imagine. With just his bare hands. He's not a doctor. He's not licensed something or this or that. But with his bare hands, he's touching people and they're just being healed. She didn't even think that I have to touch him or ask him to heal me. That if I just touch his gloriousness, I don't know how to say that word. And then you got bugs in the background tweaking out. She thought if I just touched a part of him, something that's connected on him, connected to him, that I'll be healed. That how powerful he is, how glorified he is, that I'll be healed. To continue, immediately the bleeding stopped and she could feel in her body that she had been healed of a terrible condition. This one's gonna get y'all, because y'all gonna be like, what are you talking about? Jesus realized at once that healing power had gone out of him. Let's stop right there, because y'all might get confused. Let's stop it right there. Let's stop right there. Healing power went out of him. We're not saying that if we were back then and we touched Jesus, all of his pure healing power left him and he was powerless and blah blah blah. No, we're not saying that. That we're saying that a speck of his healing power came out of him, healed her, and came right back in him, is what it's saying. Kind of like a transfer of energy. Like, cause he's so good and pure that when he went into her, when she touched him, he cleansed her by not even thinking about it. Not even, you know what I'm saying? He's so pure, and that none of what was going on with her infected him. Basically saying. And to continue, in the crowd and asked, who touched his disciple? So he turned around in the crowd and asked, who touched him? His disciples, the people who are close to him. We know who his disciples are, right? His disciples like, Jesus, are you tripping? I know you've done a lot of good stuff now, but you finally crazy or something? Am I with a maddo? Like, I'm not for that. Jesus, what are you talking about? And his disciples said to him, look at this crowd pressing around you. How can you ask who touched me? He's like, Jesus, what's going on up there? Like, we got all these people on us, touching us, and you're asking that simple question, who's touching you? You're never gonna find that answer, because everybody's touching you, right? So, but he ignores them. Let's continue. How can you ask who touched me? But he kept on looking around to see who had done it. Then the frightened woman, trembling at the realization of what had happened to her, came and fell to her knees in front of him and told him what she had done. And he said to her, daughter, your faith has been made you well. Go in peace, and your suffering is over. That is the end of the scripture. But it's such a powerful scripture, because at the end, it even says, daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace, and your suffering is over. It's because she had faith in Jesus. Then, even though she didn't know the man, she was hearing stories and rumors. She didn't know him. She probably, I'm guessing, didn't believe in God. I don't know, because I wasn't back then. But you understand what I'm trying to get at? That she had faith that if I touch this man that's been working miracles and that's the Son of God apparently, that I'll be healed from all of this hurt and pain that I'm going through on a daily basis. And she was. And that's just like a beautiful way to show how we should have unwavering faith and blind faith, because this woman didn't know Jesus. This woman didn't touch him, just touched a piece of him. And the woman came to the conclusion that if I just touch him, that I'll be healed. That he's so powerful, that he's so glorified, that he's so great, that I'll be healed through that. And it's just an amazing story, because that's the type of faith we should have, that blind, unwavering faith, that no matter what, I know that he's so powerful and glorified that nothing, whatever bad things may come, whatever situations might come, that just with him, my suffering will be over and I can go in peace. A little extra verse that I love. It's a kind of like the next one, but yeah, Jesus says this. Mark chapter 5, verse 36. Don't be afraid, just have, what does it say? Faith. And I love that. Don't be afraid, just have faith. Whatever may come your way, if you're worried and miscommunications in your life and so on and so forth. I know that I wasn't having not that I wasn't having the best of the day and woke up. It was a beautiful day outside. I'm blessed to have it. But last night I was like, my feelings and my thoughts were running rampant. I was letting my emotions control me. And to go back and think and go back on yourself and like look back on what you did is the best thing you can do as a believer in God, because once you do that, then you can realize how to avoid those things, and as simple as that. And I realized that I was letting myself, my thoughts run rampant, my emotions run rampant, and do whatever, letting it control me. I had to pray to God and sit down and actually just calm down and say, God, I just want peace and serenity at the moment, because I don't want this, I don't want that. I just want to chill and breathe. Because at the end of the day, I only want Jesus and whatever he wants for me. And I don't want to get so involved with what goes on with me to the fact that I just forget and lose sight. So I am glad that what happened last night happened. And because it really shows that how far I've come as a person, that now I constantly pray. It's whenever something that I don't really know or am weary of or whatever it may be, and that I'm afraid of happening, that this happened or that happened, I'm curious and I'm wondering about the future, trying to not dwell in the past or in the future, that I realize now that it's not worth it. It's disturbing my peace too. And 3, all I gotta do, sit down in silence, away from people, pray, and really just being close to him and being constant prayer and being just close to him. That's why I came out this morning earlier than I would have used to just be around peace, just to keep my peace, to spread the word to y'all, and tell y'all to have faith and unwavering and blind faith, and to always be in constant prayer and always try to be close as you can to God, because once you're close to him, all these good things come with him. And to say that I kind of came out this morning to just not let off steam, but try to be at peace with whatever goes on in my life, and that to breathe and pray and pray and pray and pray, send up 1,000,000 prayers and pray, and I promise you he'll hear you. He doesn't, It's not like he doesn't or something, you know? So I'm glad I got to spread the word. It was kind of a short video, but you know what I'm saying? It packs a punch. It packs a punch, y'all. It packs a punch. It's a very good story. I love this story a lot because it shows how this woman had faith in a man she didn't know, in something that she didn't know anything about, that she was just hearing rumors and stories about, that she had done all of this, and she was losing faith. She was losing faith in mankind and all of these doctors because they said they could heal her, and she had wasted all her money. She had lost her friends, her family, her life entirely is gone. And I think there's like another lesson to be learned, to not really look back like on stories like this, and people say, oh, that wasn't fair. Why would that happen to her? If he's such a just and right God, why would he do that to her? I think exactly why he did this to her, for us to learn. Everything happens for a reason, and I believe a lot of things happen for us to learn from. So now that you can go back and look at this story like I'm looking at it and say, he did this so to teach me, to teach others. And then on top of that, to show that if you have unwavering faith in him, that anything is possible. That you don't need to be afraid, that you don't need to be worried, that you don't need to have anxiety, that you don't need to have mentally bad thoughts, that whatever you may going through, that if you have him, you have peace, and you have everything, a multitude of different things that come with it, which is just his goodness, and everything that's good comes with him. I just wanted to hop on here and tell y'all that it's kind of a calm, short video, and I'm glad that it didn't take so long. Wish it was kind of longer. Might upload another story today, I don't know. I really just love being in the Word, and especially when in distress and kind of anxiety and all these other feelings come, that when I just pray, it just starts to go away. And that's my advice. Just pray. Just pray and it'll go away. That's about to be my new motto. I hope everybody's doing great. And yeah, it's a beautiful day though. The trees and everything, just the sun popping out, you feel me? I might go play basketball, but not for a minute now. Because sometimes, man, you just want to be in the Word. Sometimes you just want to be close to God. You'd rather be close to God than close to others. Because, yeah, we're made to be around people, but I believe sometimes you don't really got to be, yeah, we're made to be around people because we're humans. We can't just be alone all the time. But I feel like as long as I have him, anything's possible. I don't need a million friends. I don't need a lot of friends. I don't need friends at all. That he could be my only friend. Like there's a song by Smokey Norfolk, I think. He's like, it's I Need You Now. It's called I Need You Now. And he says in the song, you're my true best friend indeed. Because nobody knows you like Jesus knows you truly. That if you want to get to know somebody, or if you want to get to know me, if anybody close to God, that it should be like this, that if you want to get to know me, you know me if you're close to Jesus, if you're close to God. Hope y'all liked the video. Hope everybody's doing great and having a great day today. And yeah, God bless. Peace.